Hey everybody, my name's Joe.
I am also Joe.
Welcome back to SNES's Life. Recap number 10! 50 games in, buddy. What do you think about that?
It's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games. This week we're recapping Xardion, Top Gear, World League Soccer, Contra III, The Alien Wars, and Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So let's kick right in here. Why don't you take us into Xardion?
All right. Well, Xardion is a game where you basically play as Gundams. At least that's what the main dude looks like.
For sure. This main character is definitely Gundam looking.
Yeah.
Or Robotech, whatever.
The other two characters, there's Pantera, which is like this
He's a
lioness
Voltron lion.
Yeah. And then
there's like a weird alien.
This is Triton.
Yeah.
Pantera, and I don't remember the other one, but it looks...
It's like an alien.
Oh, gosh. I would say what I think it looks like, but you wouldn't get the reference at all.
Nope, probably not.
It looks like it looks like the bad bug guy from One Punch Man, which you should watch. It's a good show.
Okay.
Anyway.
Bad bug guy.
The graphics are pretty good, actually. The music's not bad, and it's just slow.
Yeah, so the concept of this game was pretty cool. The idea of being able to switch between these three robots. Yeah,
and it forces you to switch between them, at least
sure.
between the main two and Pantera.
For sure. And it is a really neat concept. And it's not that it's executed poorly as far as like the gameplay is concerned. The worst part is, and you can see it in the video, it's very, very slow.
I think...
Like, to the point that it makes you upset, actually.
I think I said in the video, it suffers from the same issue as Ultraman Towards the Future.
Yeah.
It's just as
drags.
A platformer.
Yeah, that's fair. It just, everything is very slow and deliberate, and it just drags because of that. Like, these levels weren't long. But there's no reason that you shouldn't have...
It took so long to get through them.
Yeah, you should have been done with these levels in like 2 minutes. And instead it takes you closer to like... There's the alien dude. Who's got like a whippy tongue. Anyway. So I gave Xardion a thumbs down. You?
I also gave Xardion a thumbs down.
Alright, next up, April 16th, 1992. Top Gear. This was like our 5th or 6th racing game at this point. So Top Gear, it's a racing game. And this one is like a... traditional race game, so you're racing in a closed circuit, defined track. You go forward, you turn left, you turn right, you take pit stops. So to say that it's not revolutionary is obvious, but the graphics are okay.
Yep. You're going way too fast to really notice them, other than the background.
Yep. And I will say that is a positive to this game.
You feel like you're going fast.
You do. So in some racing games, you're like, well, I'm moving. And then some other games are like, oh, I'm going really slow. In this game, from the second you green light and move, it feels fast, very quick. And part of that is because of the music.
Right.
The music in this game is, there's only like 4 tracks, but they're really good. And they really kind of exude that speed and get you pumped up and into the race.
If anyone cares to look up the soundtrack to this game, Theme A.
Theme A is the good one.
The best theme.
Okay. So Top Gear was a really good game. Super fun. You can switch between manual and auto. There's 4 different cars you can pick from with different stats.
I wonder if there's a benefit to choosing manual.
I mean, you can force shift your gears, but if you suck at it, then it's just going to slow you down. Pardon me. Top Gear is very good. We both really enjoy it. I gave thumbs up.
I also gave Top Gear a thumbs up.
Yeah. So next up is a game I didn't get to play. You played it with your friend Trey. This is World League Soccer. Why don't you bring us into this here, buddy?
So...
You inspire me with confidence there.
I mean, there's not much to say about it. I said in the video, and I've talked to you and Trey about this, that to me, it's a lot like a faster version of Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball. And that's not to say that it's bad, but it's just such a similar control scheme and a similar idea.
Yeah, and it is. You've got the same kind of map in the corner.
You've got the same map in the corner.
That shows your
You're
eyes.
passing around. Your dude's walking that 8 directional thing.
Yeah, it's a top-down view.
You can slide tackle people to take the ball. I mean, you can get yellow carded for it, but like there's just not a whole lot to it. The graphics aren't
not mind-blowing, that's for
great.
Sure. They don't look atrocious.
It does the job. That's the big thing, I think.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing I think about the game is actually not playing. There is a mode called World. I think it's called like the World League.
Okay.
And basically it sets up this entire bracket with all of the teams that you can choose in the game, which there are a lot of teams, and every team has characters, and you can switch out certain characters and
World
whatnot.
Soccer.
But basically, it just goes through, and what Trey and I did is we took bets on, like, I think Italy will win. And it would just, go through that, and then eventually one of them won.
So did it actually play the game, or did it just, like, come up with a Italy won?
It just told, like,
interesting.
Blah, 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 won, this many points to this many.
Intriguing. I mean, it doesn't look, like you said, terrible. It's mediocre, I guess.
You move around
really quickly,
quickly,
which is a benefit. At least it's not super slow and painful like Bill Lambier's. So what was your guys' final statements on this?
Trey gave it a thumbs up. I gave it a thumbs down.
Okay.
I don't remember if there was music, which means that if there was music, it was
not memorable.
Yeah,
for sure. And that's the thing, is a lot of these games, even though we play them, we may only play them once. Like generally, if they have good music, like we only played Top Gear once, but that music was damn good. Yeah. So music's important in a game, man. You can't understate that. All right, so 1 up, 1 down for World League Soccer. Next up, Contra III, The Alien Wars. SNES classic game here, as pretty much all Contras are. So this is a run and gun platformer. You can see the graphics here, pretty solid. The sprites have good shading. They got nice flow of motion. The game's quick-paced, very fast. That was pretty cool, the plane flying up and bombing you. Then you got this fire pit thing you have to jump over.
It is such a ridiculously hard game. And I'm not good at it at all.
Yeah, Contra has always been known for being an overly difficult game. It's one of those games that benefits from repeated play.
You know where everything is.
Yeah, you have to know where stuff's going to be, when to move, when to jump, when to shoot, la-da-da-da-da-da-da. But the graphics, obviously, you can see the graphics are super solid. The sound quality was good. The music was pretty solid. I mean, the game is just good. It's difficult, but not so much so that you absolutely hate it. Now, we did play it on easy, but there's only like 6 levels, and we made it into like level 4? 3, 4?
We made 4.
We made to 4 once because it was the second top-down.
Yeah.
So there's this is level 1 here, and then there's like a top-down fight, which you might see if we're still talking when it gets to that part of the clip. And then it comes to another 2D, and then there's another top-down. And we did make it to that other top-down, so we made it to level 4.
Well, I do not like the top-down. I mean, it's an interesting idea, but its controls are so
For
wonky.
sure. It is very strange. You're doing your top L and R to kind of turn your guy. I can see it making some people motion sick. But otherwise, yeah, Contra 3, it's a classic for a reason. I enjoyed myself. Is it my type of game? Not particularly, but we've played plenty of those already that aren't our types of games.
Yep.
I mean, pretty much any...
That's kind of the point of this entire thing, to experience the game.
I mean, every sports game, for the most part, is not going to be our type of game, but we're still playing them and enjoying some of them.
Yeah.
So, Contra 3...
surprisingly enjoying golf.
What'd you give Contra 3?
I gave Contra 3 a thumbs up, I believe.
I also gave it a thumbs up, yeah. And then our final game for the week, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Now, you want to do this one? Kick it off.
I mean, where to even start? Graphics. It's not the best graphics I've seen. I'll be honest. But
they hold up well.
Yeah.
The sprites and the
going
backgrounds
back and
the
playing,
colors.
like, it's a very memorable thing, and it has changed a lot with
very much
the Switch and Breath of the Wild, but
everything
you go
3D
back
now.
and it's still that same feeling of
yeah
what it always has been. You're just Link going through and saving Hyrule.
It holds up really well graphically speaking. because even though this is obviously a simpler animation and artwork and everything, like, it still looks good. Sure, it's not 3D and free roaming. You can't turn your guy around, and it's not crazy like today's stuff, but everything still looks crisp and fun and solid, and it provides that environment for you to make you really enjoy it. Sound and music.
The sound, I mean, you get some sounds like the if you're throwing your sword, the chink, the shooting of your arrow, the lighting of fire.
Yeah.
And then you get the memorable sounds like finding an item in a treasure chest. All that stuff. The music. I personally love the music in the Legend of Zelda series. I don't know who the composer was, but they did an amazing job, in my opinion.
The dog's about to drag his blanket across the green screen. Watch. Thanks, dog. You killed us. We're not restarting this. So yeah, music's alright. The music is good. It's very good. There's definitely some memorable sounds. The Great Fairy Fountain is your particular favorite.
Yep.
Otherwise, the sounds, I mean, it's got sounds for everything. You pick up pots, you throw them, you break them, you blow up bombs. It's definitely got a world full of sound in it. And the music's pretty solid. Gameplay-wise, this is a very classic top-down, run-around action RPG, swinging your sword, throwing your weapons, and things like that. But it controls really well. A lot of the buttons have things to do. So, come on now.
I'm not trying to play with them.
So, yeah, it controls really well. It is a lot of fun. Again, just like Contra III, Super Mario World, this game is a classic for a reason. Because when you're looking at it from graphics, music, gameplay, it's hitting on all cylinders. It's firing all cylinders. It's a good game. And memorable enough, our mascot is fighting with Joey's foot. Because why not?
I'm not doing anything.
I know. He doesn't care. I gave Legend of Zelda Link to the Past thumbs up.
I gave Legend of Zelda Link.
Holy cow, what a surprise.
It is my favorite game. It's my top one.
It is a pretty fantastic game. So... that is our last 5 recap games. Starting our next set will be the Wanderers of Ys 3, actually, which we've begun, I think, before this is even going to hit. So, I mean, what are you going to do? But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching our 10th recap episode. We're very excited to be continuing doing this, starting into our next 50 games in the run-up to 100.
Oh, it's so many games.
It is so many games, but it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed a lot of it.
It hasn't felt like it's been that long.
It doesn't.
Thinking back... It's been
7 months since we started this. We started in February.
It's been over half a year.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Time flies. So that's it. Thanks, guys, for joining us on this adventure. I know when we started, a lot of guys were like, "You're never going to finish." And I'm like, I get that, but and they're like, "Well, some people, they try, but they always peter out." I'm like, "Well, I got 2 kids, so when Joey leaves, I got Louie."
I mean, even if we don't finish, I think the real goal isn't, at least for me, it's not reviewing all the games. It's going back and playing old games that I wouldn't have played otherwise.
Yeah, opening your mind, expanding your view. That was kind of the theory behind
getting
us when
to
we started.
experience
For sure.
all of
Experience my childhood, you bastards. y'all don't know how good you have it with constant saves and open worlds. Back then it was like, hey, guess what? You died. Game over, man. Start again. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll take off. Have a good one.
See you guys.